It's not what he says, it's what he notices. And somehow, every time, he brings me back to myself. The silence between us. The house was quiet. Not the kind of quiet that brings peace. The kind that makes you aware of everything you've been avoiding. The ticking clock. The faint hum of the fan. The sound of your own breathing. Too loud. 10:52 p.m. I stood outside the door for a few extra seconds before unlocking it. Not because I was busy. Not because I was distracted. But because I wasn't ready. Ready to walk inside. Ready to pretend I was okay. Ready to be the version of myself that I no longer felt like. Still, I opened the door. The warm light from inside spilled into the hallway. He was home. Of course he was. He always was. I stepped in quietly, placing my bag down slower than usual, as if making less noise would somehow make my presence lighter. Hey! His voice came from the living room. Soft. Calm. Familiar. I looked toward him briefly. He was sitting on the couch, laptop resting on his knees, glasses slightly lowered on his nose. For a second, I just watched him. And something strange hit me. Nothing had changed. And yet, everything had. I responded. That was it. No smile. No follow-up. No warmth. And like always, he didn't react. No, how was your day? No, you look tired. No, is something wrong? He just nodded slightly. As if he understood more than I was saying. And somehow, that made it worse. The invisible distance. I walked past him toward the bedroom. I could feel his eyes follow me for a second. Not in a suspicious way. Not in a demanding way. Just noticing. That's what he did. He noticed. But he never forced. Never pushed. Never made me explain things I didn't even understand myself. And that was the problem. Because I didn't know how to explain it. How do you tell someone that you're not unhappy, but you're not okay either? That nothing is wrong, but everything feels off? I sat on the edge of the bed. Still in my work clothes. Still carrying the weight of the day. My phone buzzed. Messages. Work emails. Family group chat. I didn't open any of them. I just stared at the screen. Blankly. And for a moment, I wondered when I became like this. Before everything changed. There was a time. I used to run to him. Literally. The moment I walked through the door, I'd drop everything and wrap my arms around him like the whole day had been leading to that moment. We used to talk about everything. Even the smallest things. Even the meaningless ones. What did you eat today? You won't believe what happened at work. Guess what I saw on the way home? We laughed easily. Effortlessly. Back then, love didn't feel like something I had to think about. It just existed. So when did it change? The weight of everything. A sound from the kitchen pulled me out of my thoughts. The kettle. I frowned slightly. I hadn't asked for anything. A few minutes later, I heard his footsteps. Slow. Unhurried. He entered the room quietly. Holding a cup. Here, he said gently, placing it beside me. I looked at it. Tea. I didn't ask for this, I said. I know, he replied simply. And that was it. No explanation. No expectation. I picked up the cup. Took a sip. And paused. It was perfect. Exactly how I liked it. The same taste. The same warmth. The same feeling. And suddenly, My chest felt tight. Not in a bad way. In an unfamiliar way. Because I hadn't realized how much I needed that moment. The way he understands. He didn't sit too close. Didn't ask questions. Didn't try to start a conversation. He just sat beside me. And somehow, that presence felt louder than words. I kept drinking the tea slowly, letting the warmth spread through me. And for the first time that day, my mind quieted. Just a little. The things I couldn't say. I wanted to say something. Anything. Thank you. I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me. But the words didn't come out. Because I didn't know which one was true. So instead, I said nothing. And he didn't push. He never did. The difference between him and the world. The world demanded things from me. Be productive. Be strong. Be perfect. Be available. But he didn't. With him, I didn't feel like I had to prove anything. And maybe that's why I started feeling safe again. Even if I didn't realize it yet. The night that cracked me. It didn't happen all at once. The breakdown. It built up slowly. Day by day. Moment by moment. Until one night. It couldn't stay inside anymore. The days didn't suddenly get better. That's the truth people don't talk about. There was no magical turning point. No sudden realization that fixed everything. Instead, things stayed the same. Busy mornings. Silent evenings. Heavy thoughts. And me. Somewhere in the middle of all of it. Trying to function. Trying to feel something. Anything. The slow build-up. It started with small irritations. The alarm in the morning felt louder than usual. The sunlight felt harsher. Even the smallest tasks felt exhausting. At work, I found myself staring at my screen more than actually working. Reading the same email 3 times. Forgetting simple things. Losing focus. "Are you okay?" my colleague asked once. I forced a smile. "Yeah, just tired." But it wasn't just tired. It was something deeper. Something I couldn't explain. Coming home to quiet understanding. That evening, I walked home slower than usual. Almost like I was delaying something. When I opened the door, the same familiar scene greeted me. Lights on. Shoes neatly placed. The faint smell of food. And him. He looked up immediately. Like he always did. For a second. Our eyes met. And in that 1 second, I felt exposed. Because I knew. He could see it. The exhaustion. The distance. The cracks. But like always, he didn't say it. "Hey," he said softly. I nodded. And walked past him. The moment before the break. Dinner was quiet. Not awkward. Not tense. Just empty. He asked simple questions. I gave simple answers. "How was your day?" "Fine." "What did you eat?" "Nothing much." Normal conversation. But without meaning. After dinner, I sat on the couch, scrolling through my phone. Not really looking at anything. Just avoiding. Avoiding him. Avoiding myself. Avoiding the feeling that something was wrong. He sat beside me after a while. Close enough to feel his presence. But not close enough to make me uncomfortable. That was his pattern. Always close. Never forcing. The 2 words that hit me. After a few minutes, he reached over. and gently took my phone from my hand. I looked at him, surprised. A little annoyed. "What are you doing?" He placed the phone on the table. Then looked at me. "Come back." That's all he said. 2 words. But they hit harder than anything else. Because he didn't mean physically. He meant me. The version of me that had been disappearing. The version of me that I didn't even realize I had lost. The breakdown. Something inside me snapped. "Stop doing that," I said, my voice shaking. "Doing what?" he asked calmly. "Acting like everything is okay." Silence. "I'm not okay." I continued, louder now. "I don't feel like myself anymore. I don't even know who I am lately." The words poured out before I could stop them. "I'm tired all the time. I'm irritated for no reason. I can't focus. I can't feel anything properly." My voice broke. "And the worst part?" I whispered. "I don't even know why." Seen his response. He didn't interrupt. Didn't try to correct me. Didn't try to explain anything. He just listened. Fully. Completely. And when I finally stopped talking, he took a slow step closer. Not rushed. Not dramatic. Careful. Like he was approaching something fragile. "You don't have to figure everything out right now," he said softly. That sentence. It hit differently. Because the world always demanded answers. But he didn't. Collapsing into him. The tears came without warning. Fast. Heavy. Uncontrollable. I covered my face, embarrassed. "I hate feeling like this," I said through tears. And that's when he did it. He pulled me into his arms. Gently. No hesitation. No awkwardness. Just instinct. I didn't resist. Because for the first time in weeks, I felt something real. Not pressure. Not expectation. Just comfort. The way he holds me. He didn't say it's okay. He didn't say calm down. He didn't try to stop my tears. He just held me. His hand resting on my back. Moving slowly. Steadily. Grounding me. And in that moment, something shifted. Not outside. Inside me. After the storm. That night, we didn't talk much. We didn't need to. I sat beside him. Closer than before. Not because he asked me to. But because I wanted to. And that was new. The change begins. After that night. Things didn't magically become perfect. But something important changed. The pressure was gone. I didn't feel like I had to fix myself immediately. Because he never made me feel broken. Instead, he stayed the same. Consistent. Calm. Present. And slowly. That consistency started healing something inside me. The little things that mattered. The next few days, I noticed more. He started doing small things. Even more than before. He dimmed the lights in the evening. Played soft music in the background. Made tea without asking. Sat beside me when I couldn't sleep. Sometimes, he would just take my hand. No words. No expectations. And somehow, those moments meant everything. I started thinking about something. He never tried to change my mood. He never forced happiness. He never pressured closeness. Instead, he created space. Safe space. And inside that space, I slowly started finding myself again. Speech balloon. He didn't pull me out of the darkness. He sat with me in it, until I found my own way back.